Busy eating cookies, guys. Still have a half a cookie left. Saving till after the video. Let's see if anyone comes in. Why the rich are upset that regular people are investing in stocks. That's what we're talking about tonight, or right now, in this video. Okay. Let's get into it. Why the rich are upset that regular people are investing into stocks. They're upset because, from their perspective, the new investors, aka regular people, is off balancing the system of how one would usually utilize the stock market as an investment. So I'm gonna give an example, and after the example, I'll try to explain it just simply. So, for example, blackjack. I like playing blackjack, right? And of course, most of us know what blackjack is. The concept of blackjack is to outbeat the other players and the dealer by getting 21 or as close to 21 as possible. And if you get over 21, then you lose. So, as a beginner blackjack player, sometimes the other players would kind of get annoyed with me, like, and say things like, oh, you're fucking up the game, and things like that. And at first I didn't understand what they meant by it, but let me break it down. So the concept is to get 21. Let's say I have my cards totals 18 or something. 18 or 19. So if I choose to get another card from the dealer and that card happened to be a 10, I lose. I'm out. However, if the person next to me that was in line to get dealt, if they had 11, I just took what was kind of meant for them based on the way how I played that hand. So by me doing that, I off-balance the system. Why? I off-balance, not the system in regards to blackjack, but let's just say, although I understood the concept of the game, which is to get, as close to 21, I didn't understand the logic of playing the game. And the reality is, if you have 18 or 19, you shouldn't take another hit, because the odds of you getting a small number or a small number card is like 4 out of 50. The probability is just really, really low. So therefore, it's best to play it safe. So that's pretty much what's going on right now with the stock market. You have new investors who are non-rich people. When I say regular people, I'm referring to non-rich people. So you have new investors, regular investors, that are starting to invest in the stock market, and they are not, as from the perspective of rich people, the new investors are not investing logically. And by the new investors not investing logically is fucking up their money. That's pretty much the perspective that the rich is having. To break it down further, I understand what they're saying, However, I don't blame it on new investors, what's going on with the stock market. I feel like there's many factors that's going on right now that's really affecting the stock market and companies um, on the stock market or whatever. Like, for example, right now we have a health crisis which led to a financial crisis. So usually when we have financial crisis, like a financial crisis here in the economy, the cause of that is not usually caused by a health crisis. So what's going on right now with the economy, and more than the health crisis, and well, on top of the health crisis and the financial crisis, we also have, a civil dispute, civil war, if you want to call it, going on globally too. So we have all of those different factors that's affecting the stock market. However, yes, people, new investors investing, obviously is going to have some sort of effect on the stock market, but the rich people have the perspective that it's having a negative effect because new investors are not investing logically. Instead, they are investing more emotionally. And what do I mean by investing emotionally? For example, oh, I like wearing Nike. They always have fly shit coming out. Fuck that. I'm gonna get stocks in Nike. Like, that would be an emotional reason, like an emotional reasoning behind your decision of putting your money behind Nike. Whereas a rich person won't invest in Nike because they like the brand or they like the owner or because Beyonce modeled in a Nike shirt. A rich person will only invest in Nike if the company is performing well or have a potential of performing well and earning money over time. So, I mean, I feel like this. You invest you have to believe in the companies you invest in. So to some extent, thank you. So to some extent, I won't say you would have to make an emotional decision. I don't agree with that. When you are dealing with financial situations, I can't say. When you're dealing with financial investments, the best way to make an investment is to not make it based on an emotional I don't know how to say it, but when it comes to making investments, the best way to make a good investment is to make it non-emotionally. So when it comes to investing in stocks, yes, I would invest in a stock because I like the company. But what makes me like the company? The way they're performing, the way they're earning. Like, over time, they've grown, and they also have a lot of potential to grow, or they're coming out with a new product next year. And once they come out with that product, their sales are going to increase. Like, those would be non-emotional decisions. To try to understand it that way. So overall, the rich or the elites, they're looking at the regular investors, meaning non-rich people who's investing their savings into the stock market, and they're like, oh, these people are not smart, they don't know what they're doing, they're just choosing companies just because this is what they know, they're not even doing it logically. And by not doing that logically, you just make, with what's going on overall, it just makes everything more volatile, meaning unstable, meaning that the stocks are going to go up and down, then up and down. So recently there's been like stock splits going on, and just by these companies announcing, hey, we're having a stock split. By them announcing that, making that announcement alone, it entices people to grab up that stock and to invest. And it entices a smaller investor versus a richer investor to invest, because once a stock split happens, the cost of purchasing a share of that stock is now at a lower cost. So, of course, if I'm not a rich person, I'm not a millionaire, and I usually don't invest in stock, and a stock that I want was $500, but after the stock split, it's $100. Oh, I have a chance to invest now. So, a lot of people are investing. Like, stock splits encourages a lot of smaller investors to invest and purchase the stock. So, when that happens, you know, it's the hype, everybody's purchasing the stock, it's going up, and then of course it comes back down to reality. And reality in the financial world, they'll say, oh, a correction, it was a correction, they made a correction. And a lot of these companies, when they analyze it and stuff like that, they'll say, oh, it's overvalued. A lot of times when you hear the media say, hey, this stock, the price for this stock is overvalued, what they're saying is that pretty much this stock is going to go down soon once everybody understands that, or get off the hype. When the hype calms down, this company is going to go, you know, and become more stable. Or yeah, you could gauge, I guess, the stability of the company or whatever. So, I guess the overall point of this is not really to tell you that you're not making a good decision by investing in the stock market, regardless of what company you invest in. The intent behind investing, period, is to make money. So I say the overall point of this is to say, the advice would be, when you make an investment into stocks, you select your company, or before you actually put your money into that company, make sure it's not coming from an emotional decision. Like, if I was a person and I wore Nike, right? For example, I used to own Nike stock because this is a little while ago. Because my daughter, she likes these Nike sneakers. I don't know what you call them, the Air Max 270s. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna get you these sneakers for school. And the sneakers was like $150, and then after tax, it was like, I don't know, like a lot of money. And I'm just like, this is a lot of money for Nikes. Like, if there was a pair of Gucci's or something, that's different. But Nikes, I'm like, I don't even wanna. It should be like $120 maximum. So, and then we went shopping and she bought some Nike stuff. So I went home and I said, I keep spending my money on Nike because of her. Let me just get some Nike stock so that way, you know, I can just earn, be a Nike investor as well as a consumer. And yeah, I did make money off of Nike stock, but I traded that. I don't know. I just wanted to put my money towards other things, so I don't own Nike anymore. And honestly, I won't make a decision in regards to purchasing stocks like based on the amount of money I spend with that company. I mean, that can be a reasoning logically for some people, but for me, I just don't. That's not the way I want to make decisions behind investing or choosing, selecting the companies that I want to invest in. So, yeah. I hope this video was helpful, guys. And have a good night. Before I go, please donate to my law school tuition fund and join Bankrollers. To join Bankrollers, visit primaccounting.com. This week in Bankrollers, okay. this week in Bankrollers, we have a Zoom session tomorrow, and I want to go through really stocks. I'm creating an album in our Bankrollers Get Money community, specifically for beginner stock investors, and I'm gonna walk through what's on the stock quote screens, like all the categories. I'm gonna go through each and every what those means and what those symbols are, and then the next one would be, I forgot what I wanted to do after that, but it's another video that I need to do in regards to stocks. Oh, how to purchase your first stock. I'm gonna literally purchase stock in my business account, and I'm gonna like just record it and like show y'all exactly like what the process is with actually acquiring and purchasing, making that transaction to purchase an actual share of stock in a company. So thank you guys for joining. I'm signing off now, but thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I hope this was helpful. Have a good evening. Bye.